Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I hope everyone is well. So today's video is going to be very exciting. This is a question and answer type scenario that I set up through Facebook. So I asked all my Facebook friends if there were any questions anybody wanted to ask me. So I have a whole sheet worth of you that have asked me questions, so I shall now answer them. Okay, let's see. The first question comes from Stefan Melvin. Do you shave everywhere, Angel? I do. Ever since I started growing any kind of body hair, whether it be underarm hair, leg hair, pubic hair, I hated it, and I've just been shaving since I was a young teen, you know. It feels cleaner, it feels smoother, so I like it. That's my thing. I do it for myself. So there's your answer. Thank you for your question. Next question comes from Hugo Mirles. How many times have you come in one night? You know, Hugo, the female orgasm is very different from the male orgasm. I'm sure you know that. And I feel, at least for myself, that a woman can come over and over and over and over again. And for me, there is a difference between coming and an actual orgasm. Coming for me is just a very exciting sensation where I guess you could say I just self-lubricate. And that happens often and throughout the whole sexual experience. As far as orgasm is a little harder for me. I don't know if it's because of my weight, you know, but I've come quite a few times during sex. I guess it really varies depending on how long the sexual encounter is for, and, you know, how good your partner is. Thank you for your question. The next question is from Stefan Dumas. Angel, will you marry me? Aw, Stefan, you're so sweet. Maybe. I am available as far as marriage, so no one has asked me to marry them yet. That's what I mean. So, you know, I mean, I have a boyfriend, but who knows? I mean, he could be my boyfriend for like the next 10 years. But, you know, if you want to marry me right now, well, I'm going to have to give that some serious consideration. Thank you for your question. All right, Gurpreet Singh. Reason behind my beauty. Well, Gurpreet, makeup. Makeup and hair accessories, curling your hair, fake eyelashes, lipstick, concealer, foundation, makeup, because I just don't look the same without it. And if my hair is just flat and pulled into a ponytail, you know, on the days that I'm slumming it, I'm just not as cute. None of you would love me if you saw me like that, but you will eventually. Well, if you watch my video that says get ready with me, you will see me from the start without my makeup done and my hair in a wrap. All right, thank you for your question. The next question is from Robert Ponce. Why can't you and I be friends only? That's how it all starts. Robert, I thought we are friends. Come on now. Crazy guy. Next question is from another Robert, Robert Levitt this time. Angel, are you more comfortable at the size you are now or the size you were in your previous pics? Well, Robert, if you're referring back to my old pictures from my 20s, you know, a lot of the ones I post for Throwback Thursday, the question is, I'm not comfortable the way I am right now. I'm 5'7", and I'm 300 pounds, and I'm huge. I'm like a walking refrigerator, and I hate it, but, you know, I went through some, you know, not to make excuses, but to make excuses. I'm an emotional woman, and I went through some experiences in the last couple of years, such as I got divorced from my husband, and my mother died, you know, stuff like that. And after those things happened, and they pretty much happened around the same time, I just went, you know, head first into a depression, and I gained 100 pounds. And even at 200 pounds, I was still overweight. But at 300 pounds, I really feel gross sometimes. You guys on Facebook have really made me feel good about myself, because I look in the mirror and I have a lot to criticize. But you guys see the beauty in me. Maybe it's my personality, maybe it is the way I look, but that has inspired me. And this year I'm going to really make the sincere commitment to try to lose weight. It's going to be hard, it's going to hurt, it is not going to be fun, and it's going to take a long time. But for the last 2-3 years, I haven't even as much as went swimming, just because I'm ashamed, you know, to go out in a bathing suit and stuff like that. And I'm just too young to cover everything up. I'd like to wear a two-piece, you know, and things like that. Thank you for your question. I'll be working on it. All right, next question is from Fernando Gonzalez. What's your most inner desire when you make yourself feel as sexy as you are? Well, are you talking about like turn-ons or motivation for turn-ons? I don't exactly know if I'm going to answer your question correctly, or maybe just like what makes me feel sexy. Well, what makes me feel sexy is, well, first of all, being clean. You know, taking a nice luxurious bubble bath. I really like bubble baths with nice scented bubble bath. And I like to scrub myself and get all exfoliated and stuff. And then when I come out of the bath, I like to put nice scented hair conditioner, and I even have perfume meant for my hair. I like to spray that in my hair. I like to put on body lotion and perfume or body spray, and just basically, you know, be freshly shaved and just be smooth, smelling good, and that makes me feel good. I do feel better when I put on my makeup and do my hair versus when it's just thrown back in a ponytail. I feel more put together, I feel more presentable, and then I'm ready to face the world, or I'm a man, or whatever. Thank you for your question. The next question is from Rand Turkle. Are you seeking a true relationship, or is there that special someone in your life? Well, Rand, there is a special someone in my life. I've been with him for almost a year now. In a couple of months it'll be a year. And he is amazing. And he just satisfies every aspect of a relationship that, you know, a person would need. You know, the attraction is there. The excitement is there, the friendship is there. He's just awesome. He's the best. He's probably my favorite boyfriend I've ever had. So there you go. Thank you for your question. Next question is from Joe Thompson. Do you believe in the paranormal? And if you do, have you ever had an experience? Just wondering. Ooh, Joe. A little weird situation on that one. When I was a young teen, you know, me and my girls, we would do crazy stuff, you know, and at sleepovers we would do that, you know, Bloody Mary, I have your baby thing in the mirror, you know, in the dark in the bathroom, you know. It's like we did crazy stuff. And you know, we read these books on the paranormal, and you know, out-of-body experiences, and you know, different stuff like that. And unfortunately, nothing ever happened. You know, nothing unusual ever happened, except for one time in my whole life. And that was when I was a very young girl, and I was living at home. And at the time, my mother, who had divorced my father when I was very young, we were living with her parents, my grandparents. So my grandmother and grandfather were in one room, and then down the hallway was my mother and I. And we had these fold-out single beds. So she was in one fold-out single bed, and then I was in the one right next to her. And one night I felt myself coming out of my sleep in the middle of the night. I'm not sure what time it was, but it was very dark still, so maybe 2 a.m., 3 a.m., something of that nature. And I was still in bed, my eyes were still closed, but you know, you can feel yourself kind of, you know, you're kind of coming out of your deep sleep. And I felt a hand press against my back and then just release. And I remember, woke up like a whip, turned my head, looked all around, pitch black. We had a night light, you know. There was nobody there, no one making sounds. We didn't have any pets, nothing of that nature. And ever since then, I don't care what anybody says. I really felt like that was like an angel or God or somebody touching me, maybe blessing me, because I do feel that there have been certain circumstances in my life where I could have died, or things could have went really wrong if they had just went, you know, the other direction or an inch away from the direction they went or something like that. So I always feel like I have somebody looking out for me. All of my relatives have passed on at this point. So I have my mother, my grandmother, my grandfather, my uncle, you know, so maybe they're watching over me. I don't know. But that was when I was young, maybe about 8, 9 years old. So I've never had one when I've wanted to have one. You know, I've never had my mom contact me in a dream or see my mom in a shadow, or, you know, anybody who's passed on, anything like that. Never seen an alien or a UFO or Bigfoot. But, you know, hey, you know what? I hope I do. It would be cool. All right. Thank you for your question, Joe. All right. Next question. John Flickinger. Flickinger? Yeah. Are you single? Answered that a little earlier. No. Would you let me take you to the Laugh Factory and then an expensive dinner? John, thank you so much. You're so sweet. But, no, I don't think that would be appropriate. But I appreciate the offer. That's very kind of you. And good luck. Next question is from John Morris. Hi, John. All right, John got a couple of questions here. He's giving me some choices. This is good. Choices are good. Beatles or Stones? Beatles. Elvis or Frank? Definitely Frank. Penthouse or Playboy? Playboy. Very tasteful. Love Playboy. Chinese or Mexican? Mexican. Orale. LA or New York? LA. Who's going to win the World Series? Well, I don't know who's going to win the World Series, but I'll tell you who I want to win. And the answer will be the same every year. Yankees. Yankees are my team. Go Yankees. All right. Thank you so much, John, for your question. Okay. Hugo has popped in again. Hugo Miralles. He says, what's the best part of living in Las Vegas? What are you looking for in a guy? Kisses and hugs, your fandom friend. Mwah. To you, Hugo. Thank you so much again for your question. What is the best part of living in Las Vegas? Well, I've had an interesting life. I was born and raised in New York. And then when I was 15 years old, I came out to Los Angeles, California. And then I left Los Angeles, California in 2007 to move to Las Vegas. And I've been here ever since. So it was definitely a decision that I thought long and hard about, and it's where I wanted to be. A lot of people have misconceptions about Las Vegas and think basically all that it's good for is gambling and going to clubs and strippers and, you know, party time and stuff like that. But, you know, real people live here. You know, there are real homes, real schools. You know, there's real community outside of the Strip. There's a lot of neighboring divisions. You know, there's Las Vegas, there's Henderson, there's Summerlin, there's North Las Vegas, you know, and, you know, those areas are just like regular areas. I love Las Vegas. First and foremost, I love the heat, number one. Number two, the cost of living here is cheaper. The sales tax rate is cheaper. Rent is cheaper. I definitely make more money, pay-wise than any other job I've had previous, because I've had the same job since I've come out to Las Vegas. It is nice, though, to live in a city that a lot of people can only enjoy in terms of a vacation destination. It's like I am living in someone's vacation destination. It's like living in Hawaii or something. It's awesome. So the best thing about living in Las Vegas, oh gosh, I mean, pretty much everything I just named are the things that drew me to want to live here. You know, when I go back to California, and I go back every month or couple of months, I don't know, one of the things that probably bugged me the most about California is driving. The traffic, how narrow the streets are. People love to just jump in front of me without putting their turn signal on. Yeah, I don't know, stuff like that. And I don't really experience that out here in Las Vegas. I feel like Las Vegas is a newer built city, and since it's built newer, they kind of perfected a lot of the things that in New York or LA, you know, have become inconveniences. So I don't know, I love Vegas. There's a lot of new and exciting things. There's always things to do. You know, the only thing it seems like we're missing is a beach. But you know, you got places like Mandalay Bay that kind of made a fake beach, you know, with sand and waves and electronic waves and everything, but hey. But you know, I do prefer pools over beaches anyway. You know, I like to kind of see what I'm stepping into and stepping on, and I really don't like stepping on things, you know, in the ocean. It's kind of scary, creepy. Let me see. So that was that question. And what are you looking for in a guy? Well, I definitely feel I have found what I'm looking for in a guy, in my guy. But the most important thing to me that a guy could possess is a kind man. I like a man who is sensitive and thoughtful and conscientious and respectful. I like a man who's open-minded. I like a man who, you know, isn't argumentative, someone who's willing to work out problems and talk things over and, you know, can keep his temper under control. I love a man with a great sense of humor, goofy guys, you know, I love that. Physical attraction obviously is very important because it's what would take you from just being a platonic friend to more. You have to have that attraction. And I like guys with sexy voices, manly, deep voices. I like guys with beards, facial hair, mustaches, that kind of thing. Sucker for a beard. I definitely like a guy who's at least as tall as me or taller. Again, I'm 5'7". So I do like to wear high heels, so I don't want to feel like I'm bigger than the man or towering over the man when I wear my heels. I like a man who is very attentive in bed. You know, someone who wants to do things to me as well as have me do things to him. You know, foreplay and just playing around and having fun and, you know, just being romantic. You know, that kind of thing. I like men who can express their feelings, whether it be through poetry, song, or just flat out saying, you know, how they feel, you know, that they care about a person, they love the person, and they want to be with the person. You know, that is very nice for me. Thank you for your question. All right, who's next here? Michael Maines. What is the kinkiest thing you've ever done, and what's the most public place you've ever had sex? Also, what is the ideal size of a guy's cock for your length and girth? One more. Do you like to have all 3 holes filled up at once? That's it, love. Seeing your sexy pic. Well, Michael, isn't your mind in the gutter? But fun. Hey, I opened up the questions. I said, ask me anything. So, all right. What's the kinkiest thing I've ever done? You know, I'm sorry to disappoint you. Kink and me just don't belong in the same sentence. I don't know if I could say conservative, but I'm not really crazy in bed. You know, I mean, I like to give and receive oral. I like to do different positions. I like to dress up in costume. You know, I like to role play. So maybe that's probably the kinkiest thing, you know, dressing like a French maid or in my schoolgirl costume or crazy crap like I have on today with my little rainbow fuzzy bra and little hairpiece I got going on today. I mean, you know, That's about it. All right, sorry to disappoint you, Michael. And what's the most public place you've ever had sex? Back a long time ago with my high school sweetheart, who also happened to be my first sexual partner at age 18. We had sex one night, maybe at like 11 o'clock at night on the beach. And people walked by and like I had a blanket on me, but I was still embarrassed. I know that's nothing, but sorry, you know. All right, let's see here. What is the ideal size of a guy's cock for your length and girth? You know, penis length, some people say it's not the size, it's the motion in the ocean, you know, stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, what girl wouldn't like a bigger, longer one? You know, I've had all different sizes. I've had the 5-inch, I've had the 8-inch. I mean, I've had lots of different stuff. I've had sex with black guys, white guys, Hispanic guys. So I don't know what to tell you. You know, I think that when you're younger, certain superficial things matter more. You know, like what kind of car they drive or how big their dick is or whatever. But when you get older, you appreciate a man for what's inside. You know, you appreciate him for how he treats you. You know, how he lives his life, how he treats others, what he values in life. And you know what? If I end up marrying a guy that's only 5 inches, that's fine with me. It still fits, it still feels good, and if I have everything else going on, like the hugging and the kissing and the love and the attentiveness, and, oh, especially being in love with the person, that really ups the connection even more, then I'm happy. So I'm a simple girl. Alright, do you like to have all 3 holes filled up? Good Lord. Well, I'm 38 years old, so I have tried anal sex. Obviously, I have regular sex, and I do oral sex. Anal sex, to me, I'm just not interested in it. It makes me feel like I have to go to the bathroom, and I can never get rid of that feeling. Now, some people, that is the feeling that makes them turned on, but for me, it is a major turn off, and I feel like there's so much prep involved. Like, I feel like I can't just be somewhere random and out of nowhere my guy's like, hey, let's do back door. It's like, no, I need to prepare. I need some time. You know, I need to do the enema, and I'll forget about it. So, no, I guess, is the answer to that question. I mean, it's not like a porn star where I want, like, you know, 3 guys doing me at the same time in all 3 holes. I don't know what I'm supposed to say to that. Okay, thank you for your question. You are crazy. All right, James McKenzie. Wow, I like you. Oh, I like you too, James. I know exactly who you are. That's not a question, it's more of a statement, but back at you, babe. Thank you for your comment. All right, Ron Nady. If you travel anywhere, where would you go and why? Well, I have never went outside the United States, only with the exception of I went to Canada as a kid, as a family vacation, but you know, I hardly remember it, and it was a short thing. Went to Niagara Falls. But aside from that, I've never been outside the United States. There are a lot of countries that definitely seem interesting. Paris, England, Spain. But for now, I would just love to go on a cruise. I would love to go somewhere tropical. I would love to visit Florida. I'd love to, I know that's in the United States, but I'm just saying places I'd like to check out. You know, Florida has nice beaches and spring break and cool stuff like that, so I'd like to check that out. But I'd love to go to Hawaii or Aruba. Somewhere like that, I would really like to do that, and I might make that a goal for next summer vacation, next year. So we shall see, but yes, I am a sun and fun kind of girl, even though I haven't went out into the pool or anything in the last couple of years, you know, especially with gaining so much weight, but I will be back in the saddle on that issue soon, and that would be really nice to go on a cruise or go to Hawaii. Thank you for your question. Ignacio, Nacho, baby! Hi! What is your ultimate goal in life? Seriously. And do you believe in love at first sight? I don't know about love at first sight, but extreme attraction, for example, lust at first sight, yes. There are some people that after you spend a very short period of time with them, you connect with them on a deeper level and you completely feel like this is the person that you can definitely see yourself with in the future. Maybe even marrying, living together, having kids with them, that kind of thing. So it can happen, you know. There's some relationships that take a long time to develop, and then there's some relationships that develop a lot faster. It doesn't mean it's wrong because it moves faster. It just could be when the feeling's right, things fall into place and things happen. And what is your ultimate goal in life? My ultimate goal in life is to probably just be happy. You know, I feel like at this stage of my life and for my life previous to this age, everything's been such a struggle. You know, I'm not at my ideal pay rate. I'm not at my ideal physical weight. I wish I was married by now and had kids by now. So relationship status, I'm not where I hoped I would be by this age. So, you know, just gotta keep the hustle alive, you know, just keep doing the best I can, keep my head up, keep optimistic and positive and work hard and enjoy life, because you never know how long you're going to be here. You know, tomorrow isn't promised to anyone, so I don't want to spend my life wishing and planning for the far future. I want to live for today and tomorrow, you know, making every day count and every day great as possible. Thank you, Nacho, for your question. All right, Jason Striatus. Should I go to Vegas this year? If so, drive or fly? You punk. Jason, you are the biggest tease ever. You always say you're going to come visit me in Vegas, and you never do. You totally suck. But I would say fly. It's really not that expensive. I mean, if you just put 20 bucks away every 2 weeks or something, before you know it, in a couple of months, you would have enough for round trip plane fare and stuff like that. But it's like, I don't want there to be any problems or excuses, so don't drive. I don't want to hear about no flat tires. I don't want to hear about no mechanical problems or no anything, you know, no carjacking. I don't want to hear about nothing. I want to see your butt here in Vegas. Or like you say, I could come to Chicago, but I don't want to go to Chicago. All right, Jason, stop teasing. All right, and the very last question of our session is from Raj Pandita. Raj, my buddy, let's see what you have to say. My question, are you a role model for younger women in your country? If so, why are you not rich and famous? And is nudity the only way you can have followers on the net? Oh, Raj, you and your loaded questions. You're trying to put me on the spot, aren't you? I'm going to God, what's I even say? Are you a role model for younger women? You know, I think, and I try to think back to when I was younger and who my role models were at the time and stuff. I think role models for young women should be their mothers. I mean, mothers make such sacrifices for their kids, you know, every day. From the day they find out they're pregnant, they're working for that kid, they're living for that kid. And that connection never ends. It doesn't matter if the child grows up and gets married and moves away and has a family of their own. The virtual umbilical cord connection is always there. So I think mothers really should be the role models. There are a lot of women in politics and throughout history that have been inspirations of strength and hard work and intellect, you know, superior intellect and different things that women through history have accomplished and have made me as a woman proud of my sex, you know. But that's my answer, mothers. All right, as far as me being a role model, I have not received any feedback from any young girls in my life, so I don't know that I am. But if I ever knew that there was a young lady who idolized me or wanted me to be her role model, I would hope so. I would hope that I could be. I mean, I may take sexy pictures or be a little naughty at times, you know, my sense of humor is kind of out there, but in all seriousness, I do have a good heart. You know, I think that I care about the things that matter in life. You know, I'm not a gold digger. I'm not, you know, life to me isn't a dollar sign. You know, I care about people, I care about relationships and experiences and things like that. And that's the kind of stuff that I would want to inspire, you know, a young girl to want to pursue, is to make your life matter and help somebody. You know, we're put on this planet with everybody else because we're supposed to have relationships with other people and interact with other people. We're not supposed to abuse animals and hurt each other and discriminate against each other. We're supposed to, you know, come together and love each other, you know? So, and let's see here. If so, why are you not rich and famous? Yes, I am definitely not rich, nor am I famous. I am proud of my 5,000 Facebook friends. Thank you, everyone. But unfortunately, even with 5,000 Facebook friends, the majority of them never interact with me. I never hear from them. I don't have 5,000 likes or comments on all of my photos. So I assume they're somewhere in outer space. I don't know what these people are doing or why I'm on their friend list if they don't want to have anything to do with me, but I don't know. You get to have that many friends, and I think that you do miss out on a lot of stuff because there's just so many people posting that, you know, you may not see everything everybody's showing or saying or doing. But why am I not rich and famous? Shoot. Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe someday. Maybe somebody will see and enjoy my crazy talents and think I'm good for getting paid for it. Whatever it is that I do. And last of all, is nudity the only way you can have followers on the net? Well, it sure don't hurt. I don't do any nudity. I have cleavage. I can't help that I have big boobs. When you're 300 pounds, some of that fat is gonna go to the boobs. Because trust me, when I was in my 20s, I was flat. I laid down and they were gone. But, you know, I mean, I am very connected to my sexuality. I wasn't always like this. I can talk freely about sexual acts. I can talk about what I enjoy. And I think it's very freeing, and I don't think anything's wrong with it. I think it's very healthy. Sex is a natural thing. We wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for sex. So there's nothing wrong with it. And I think that everybody is here for a reason. Everybody is special. Everybody is worthy of being alive and being here. You know, everybody is on their own path. They got their own hustle, their own struggles. You know, we should love ourselves. We should embrace ourselves. And I know it's hard for me, you know, because I get down on myself. You know, I look in the mirror and I see a lot of stuff wrong with myself, but there are the times when I do feel good about myself. And when I feel good about myself, like if I feel like I, you know, look nice today, or my makeup came out nice, or my hair looks nice, or whatever, I just want to share it. And it makes me feel good if I get that positive feedback that people also like me. You know, who doesn't like to be liked and loved? You know, I don't really think it has as much to do with nudity. You know, I mean, the human body, female and male, are beautiful works of art. So why should we be ashamed of cleavage? Why should we be ashamed of wearing form-fitting clothes? You know, as long as we're not hurting anybody else or offending anybody else, why can't we just be happy? Hey, you want to show cleavage? Show cleavage. Cleavage is good. I love boobs. All right, Raj, thank you so much for your question. Everyone, thank you for taking the time to answer my post and send me all these questions. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I thought it would be a kind of a fun idea to answer these live, in a sense, for you. So thank you again. It's a pleasure being your friend on Facebook. If you have not already friended me or followed me on Instagram and Twitter, my information is below. So do check me out there. And if you haven't already subscribed to this YouTube channel, please do so. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And thank you again. Have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.